Hi gang, welcome to Mike on Monday. Been a while, but I'm here now. Let's see what's been happening at West Ham this summer. Let's go that way. Well, I don't know about you folks, but I found this summer uncomfortably hot, much like my sister. So to distract me, I've been having a really good look at what our transfer activity has been in the summer transfer window at West Ham, and it's been loads. Like, we've gone mad. The West Ham have been throwing their money around like a recently divorced middle-aged man. We stole Ryan Fredericks from Fulham during a game of hide and seek. Fulham incidentally is still looking for him behind the bins. We signed Fabiański from Swansea for slightly overpriced, I thought, but hey, he's a good goalkeeper, so we'll take him. We got a French defender called Diop for a then club record of 25 odd million, who I've never heard of before, and neither had anybody else that I've spoken to. We signed boyhood Hammers fan and party animal and contract rebel from Arsenal, Jack Wilshere, which is a brilliant sign. He's a really good player if he stays fit. We've signed a world-class winger and Scrabble nightmare, Andriy Yarmolenko. Anyone who gets Y in the name Andriy is cool with me. We signed Fabian Balbuena, is that how you say it? Balbuena? He was like 3.5 million, centre defender from a Brazilian club. This has got Sully Special written all over it. If it weren't for the fact Sully didn't sign him, the real people signed him. And of course we smashed our transfer record for Felipe Anderson, a Brazilian winger. Spent £37 million on him and has every West Ham fan crossing their fingers and going, please don't be the new Matt Jarvis, please don't be the new Matt Jarvis. But I'm sure it'll work out, why wouldn't it? So to summarise, we've signed a Brazilian from Italy, a Pole from Wales, a Ukrainian from Germany, a French guy from France, a Paraguayan from Brazil, and 2 English players for free. If that doesn't have the UKippers amongst you running for the hills, nothing will. That really is an impressive amount of spending by West Ham standards. In fact, it's an impressive amount of spending by anyone's standards. It's a huge amount of money. It's nearly £100 million spent by West Ham. It's an extraordinary amount of money for us. Very impressive. Well done, West Ham. It's got most West Ham fans, including me, as about excited as they would be if they were to find themselves face down in Emma Watson's breasts. I think it goes to show as well what happens, and this bit's been done by Julios, however you say it, and Pellegrini, and it goes to show what happens when you get grown-up professional people in to do your business for you, West Ham. Well done. Not all good news, of course. We're going to miss Manuel Pellegrini for most of the season while he has his knee glued back on. And Checo Chiati is still with us, I'm afraid. But, you know, you can't have it. Oh, and of course, don't forget, we've lost to injury for 3 to 4 months, or maybe even longer, both Winston Reid and Andy Carroll. 2 players so injury-prone, they appear to have been injured by previous injuries. Not that I was counting on them anyway. Well, how will Manuel Pellegrini integrate these new players, and what tactics will he use? Well, luckily for us, we've got an expert on hand to look at this. Mike at the Tactics Centre has spent a long time researching the sort of tactics and the way that Manuel Pellegrini's teams have played over the years at previous clubs. And it's good news, people. He plays attacking football, and his total philosophy seems to be based on the idea that if we're attacking, the other team can't score, which is music to every West Ham fan's ears. But for a thorough look at it, let's head over to Mike at the Tactics Centre now and see what he's got for us. Mike. Thanks, Mike. Hi folks, welcome to the Tactics Centre. Now, last season under David Moyes, West Ham tended to line up with an 8-1-1 formation, a primarily defensive formation put in place by our former manager, who was released at the end of the last season. He himself saying that he had many clubs ready to employ him should he depart West Ham, and it's good to see David Moyes feeling that way. He is, however, still unemployed. But there you go, primarily very, very defensive formation using the players he had. However, I think everything will now change under Manuel Pellegrini and his staff. Now, Pellegrini doesn't play a back five, he likes to play a back four with two fullbacks who move forward quickly to support the attack. He also is a big fan of playing very real big beasts in the centre of defence. He likes two very sturdy, big central defenders there because he doesn't really play a defensive midfielder. He prefers instead to have a combination of players who in midfield for us would probably be, one would probably be Mark Noble there, and the other one Jack Wilshere, who will be ball playing players who will all get stuck in defensively at some point as well when we lose the ball. Now, there's a lot of talk as well about him playing 4-2-3-1, but he's never really played that shape at all at any of his former clubs. He instead tends to play 4-2-2-2 with two strikers and two wingers, and that's really how he likes to set his teams up. Now obviously he's brought in the wingers, especially on this side, playing down this side rather. You will probably find our friend Anderson there, Big Phil Anderson, coming in from the left onto his right foot, and Andriy Yarmolenko is a bit of a unit, quite a big player as well, but physical presence will come in from the right onto his left foot. So at times it will even look like we're actually playing 4-2-4, which is a very attacking option really for any football team to play in the Premier League, and you're going to need some real quality up front. Pellegrini's defensive tactic seems to be, if we're attacking, they can't. Whether they'll hold up in the Premier League or not will be seen. I've got a feeling every West Ham fan will be delighted to hear that that's how he likes to play. Also, we're pointing out that Pellegrini has a habit of deciding this is how we will play, and we don't really care who we're playing. And he doesn't like to change formation or shape if he's playing a team from the top six. He's going to go and attack them. That's just the way he is. However, having said all that, he's also renowned for his in-game management. He's got quite often will bring a player off and bring another one on just to change the shape of the team. He quite often switches to 4-4-2, and he has even been known to switch to 4-3-3, depending on how the game's going. But that's more in-game management than pre-game management. So what have we got to look forward to? Well, he's a bit of a tactician wizard. He will choose a shape to fit the players he's got, but then he has brought in the players he's got to shoot his shape, if you see what I mean. It'll be very exciting whatever happens. We're all really looking forward to start the seeing what West Ham can do. Back to Mike in the studio. Thanks, Mike. I think that explains everything, and if it doesn't, just ask your mum. Now, this being the silly season for transfers, there's been lots of very funny, in fact hilarious rumours moving around. My favourite one involves everyone's favourite professional French snake impersonator, Dimitri Payet. Needless to say, his return to West Ham would be about as welcome as a new single from Hanson. So I can't see that happening any time soon. The other thing, in case you haven't noticed, is non-West Ham related football news, is there was something on called the World Cup, which many of us have been looking at. I've really quite enjoyed it this year. Now, I was going to do some Mike on Mondays about the World Cup, but circumstance meant I couldn't, and also, to be honest with you, there is World Cup stuff everywhere, all over TV, all over the radio, all over the internet, and I just thought it didn't really need me to add to it. But the point was I was going to do one, so I did set up I did get in touch with a special correspondent, a Russian guy in Moscow called Mikhail. So I think it would be really great if we get him to do a quick roundup and give us his thoughts on the World Cup and how England did, etc., from the Russian perspective. So this is, please welcome Mikhail from Moscow. Let's hear what he's got to say, shall we? Mikhail. So, greetings from Moscow, home of the World Cup. Greetings. Hello to you in England. In Moscow, we like England very much. I like England very much, because in England you have many beautiful women. You have many beautiful women, all blonde, are called Emma. In Russia, we have many supple prostitutes, all blonde, or called Katya. So, the World Cup, it was big success for us here in Russia, yes, and so, in the World Cup we had no trouble, no shootings, no internments, no executions. Yes, it was good. It was good. There was football and goals were scored and a man called VAR did much. So, England, they did better. Yes, better than many thought they would. Pardon me. England, they did better than many thought they would. So yes, it is good because they have many players from Spurs, all called Emma. But here we say this, England did good. They get semi-final with Spurs players. When they have West Ham players, they win. We know. Yes, so, from Russia, with greetings, but not love. I don't know you that well. I say to you, Mike, back to studio, yes, and so. Brilliant stuff. Thanks, Mikhail. Really gets you into it, does it? Really gives you a flavour of what happened in that World Cup. Brilliant stuff. Thanks, mate. Now, Mikhail, a lovely guy, has been teaching me a little bit of Russian, which I'm going to give a go to. I hope I don't muck it up. I think it's some sort of greeting. I don't know the exact wording, but Mikhail's going to add subtitles to me speaking it as we go. So hopefully I'll get this right. Okay, here goes. Treknik dich dom prustik, der stökert don meisterninki rank de sturkdan dostalki. I think that's right, and I haven't mucked it up for you, Mikhail. I was going to have to say add subtitles so you'll know what that was, but just to get into the feel for it, given that it was such a successful World Cup in Russia for all concerned except Germany, so what's not to like. Now, Mike on Monday will be returning next week, and I bring this up because I, as you know, have an ongoing project where I was going to talk to a lot of West Ham supporters about why they supported West Ham, how they came to be West Ham fans, and hopefully next week I'll have that up and ready for you. And from that point on, we will get going again with, after that anyway, we'll start doing Mike on Mondays hopefully regularly again. I normally at this point I do the questions part of you, any questions and comments you've got from your own crowd, but as I haven't done a show for nearly 2 months, they're all a bit out of date now. Oh, who do you think will sign? Well, we know. So I won't be doing that this week, but do leave any questions and comments you've got below. If you enjoyed the show, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to both Hammers Chat. You've got this channel and the other Hammers Chat channel, and you subscribe to both of them and you will get free group sex. So you might not actually, I might have made that bit up. Yeah, so there you go. That's what's going to happen. So I will be back next week, hopefully with my film. It'll be finishing, nearly is, on why people support West Ham, and that's exciting. And don't forget to follow me. You can follow me on Twitter at WHUMike, and you can follow me by following me from outside the house front door, or I'm also on Facebook under my own name, Mike Minera. You guys have been lovely. Thanks so much for watching. As I said, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up if you enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, come on you Irons. Is good for that. In Russia we have many supple prostitutes and my moustache is fallen off.